Odyssey of the Righteous. Prologue. In scriptures, the end of all things is foretold, when the hour shall be established, and the conclusion of mankind's existence shall be determined. The messengers told of a daunting, shocking prophecy of when the age of mankind shall meet its finality. Not much else is known, yet human beings have speculated throughout the ages, believing that they have knowledge of what is efficiently hidden. It has been said that through human hands, corruption is spread, amplified. Ignorance is a choice when wisdom is left unrealized, even though present, not apparent, but not unreachable. Wisdom of existence, of the stars and its plans, of the variety of creations, the purpose of living. We, who are the complex creations in a universe of unknown celestial beings, bodies, and cosmic terror, about which we know very little. Mankind has always been yearning for more. And even if we have everything we ever wanted, our greatest imaginations and hopes becoming reality, it would never be enough for us. A predicament of our creation, a matter of reality, a test for a most complex being. Our existence is not for naught. Yet indeed, there are those who are content with the blessings they possess. Each soul carries its uniqueness. Some ask whether mankind is a creation, a work of incomparable artistry, or is mankind but an accidental occurrence of the stars? Then who made the stars? Who forged these rules which keep the celestial bodies in their places? Who made the laws of rationality and logic to be prevalent in a world which functions with all of its intricacies and awesomeness? Who created that which is good and that which is evil? And if there is no true maker of laws, then is the concept of right and wrong but a reality, but a construct by human beings to control their lives and the lives of others? For indeed, if the rules of right and wrong are to exist, there must be a source of power far greater than ourselves to have created these laws of reality, the laws of reasoning, the laws of causality, which states that every effect brings forth a cause suiting it or greater than it. A maker of laws, of rules and logic. Yet in hearts and minds persist the wants which know no end, for power, luxury, wealth and status. Is there a destiny for the race of mankind? Is there a purpose for existence? Human beings ask such a question, those who are conscious of their being. Written are the laws of life and death, of reality and of consequence. Yet not the story of one's life, which indeed entails the beginning, yet not what occurs after birth. Human beings who believe they are destined to fulfill the plan of their deities and their leaders are not always good, and they are not always evil. Sometimes their purpose is but dreams, and the cosmic reality, even though a mystery, remains most misunderstood. Misunderstood, for at the end, the soul which seeks their own bounty will ignore the truth, which shall remain distorted. Indeed, human beings will never be satisfied, as their wants are not finite. The one who is rich in wealth shall yearn to be richer. The one who is strong in power shall yearn to be stronger. The endless cycles of war and suffering throughout the ages, and the countless who have died for what they believe in, has given testament to the violence which mankind is capable of in the name of what they believe in. Yet, the conclusion of all things remains hidden well by a power of unique majesty. This is a rather unsettling, dark story of an alternate world of chaos and destruction, on the imminent verge of being torn asunder by what mankind has sown. And indeed, mankind reaps what they sow most grievously at times, a vision of a future not yet written. When the dark message was received from a being who had millions of years ago established his empire in a planet far away, those who deemed themselves to be the protectors of the order of mankind were astonished, shocked. Words of cosmic warning heard only by beings of prominence scattered throughout the universe, listening from realms harboring sentient life forms other than the original world of humans. Indeed, the warning has been heard by those well versed in the known and who believe in the existence of the unknown, yearning to gain wisdom of the unthinkably vast cosmos. Only one kingdom gives heed, established in a planet far from where mankind had been first sent. The powerful being who has declared war upon all creation, this corrupted being, this unthinkable strength of supernaturality, lies out of reach as he plans his return, as he reminds himself of the millions of years he has remained away from his true home. His generals and sorcerers have been all modified physically, mentally, and spiritually, so that they may remain alongside their cosmic emperor in the darkness of a dying star. And they are all learned in the most malicious and powerful forms of dark magic, amplifying his powers, which are already devastating. Death can no longer touch him, as he has made himself a symbol of destruction and vengeance through ancient spells which bind his soul to his being, and his mind and body have become one with the energy of the other realm, the unknown and unseen. The aura he emits, a source of sustenance for the billions of defiling, violent, horrifying creatures and malformations which are his army. Far away, in an unreachable part of the cosmos. This world upon which the light of an ominous dark star shines awaits the end of all life. Indeed, but mankind has lost their way, being overcome by corruption and evil as ordinary life twists and turns into something broken, altered by terrifying secrets and grave crimes left unjudged. The concept of morality and justice is becoming a matter of an olden day when they were foundations of simpler life. Yet, as complexities arrive and mankind is better able to provide for themselves and make use of what has been given to them in this beautiful world of theirs to be shared, arrogance has crept into the hearts of many leaders. The signs of rationality are diminishing in the eyes of the common folk, and their faith in what distinguishes human beings from ravenous beasts is fading. Therein remain hidden ideologies which are dark, destructive, and dangerous, orchestrated and adhered to by ancient groups forgotten through the passage of time, concealed in the shadows of bustling societies, depths of forests, and dry deserts. Cults and secret organizations thrive and grow in number, for a new world order emerges. One of the worlds of mankind, yearn, a world advancing, a world growing, home to human beings numbering around 12 billion and the creatures that live alongside them. A refuge for a complex being. This world is home to many who do not want goodness and stability to be established. Those who are agents of a different, higher power, traveling across time and space to return to where they once were. Exiled in the long-forgotten past, their eyes now remain upon a new beginning of violence and death as they are planning their return and their damned lords. The ones who only want to be the cause of pain and strife, misery and hurt, yearning to bring about the end of the reign of mankind upon this neglected realm. For those who want to do good are challenged time and again by those who want to be the causation of evil. It has been a dramatic war since the beginning of time. Yet who is truly good and who is truly evil? And who is the judge of the hearts of those who are the living? The unseen and the seen both remain neglected. The value of life continues to remain unrecognized as each soul, each beating heart is considered to be of significance. Yet as time passes, morality and compassion has diminished into something which even fathers and mothers find little reason to instill upon their children. There are utopias and there are battlefields where the shelling has restructured the land and the dead bodies of both the loser and the victor decorate the fields. No longer is there the fear for accountability of one's actions after death. The world has become paradise for the strong, and for the weak, a suffering. Wars, conflicts, hatred, anarchy. There is a trend of rage and destruction in the world, a normality and unkindness, a balance which has shifted. So astray, So fragmented remains the bond of human beings as their hearts are controlled by greed and the persistence of their egos. Those with power yearn to achieve more power. Those with wealth yearn to achieve more wealth. Hundreds and thousands remain dying in some parts of the world while millions lie in other parts, with plates full of food and a bed to sleep upon, with only words of sorrow to deliver for the underprivileged. An imbalance. This world reaches limits of advancements, yet it remains as divided as it has been since mankind's beginning, when the generations of the first humans separated themselves into tribes due to difference in ideologies and difference in what their beliefs ensued them to be a part of. The atmosphere in this world has changed. There is less fresh air to breathe. Forests are being ruined. Deforestation to make room for industrial growth. Less artists to paint the beautiful creations apparent to all eyes, and more soldiers to fight wars against other nations. For money, for power, for land, for industrial growth, for faith, for the fear of national security, as the world divides itself and becomes as if a shattered portrait of what once was the perfect creation untouched by human hands, the people are in confusion and seem to be living life carelessly as they reach an age of modernity at the cost of peace. What once was a haven for creatures of all kinds is no longer to be a refuge of safety, a shelter of our kind and other beings who live alongside us, and a shadow has fallen upon the world we call home. An era from which we cannot return from is on the verge of coming, for this life has changed and supernatural threats rip through the barriers of sanity to reclaim their rightful place. The rightful place outside of the doors of paradise, where lie the trials of those who must prove themselves to be worthy of returning to a home they believe they truly belong. In these times of change, a certain cult has risen to power, a group which has been patient and spread around the world as if an unseen virus. The followers of this cult affect societies, governments, and leaders from the shadows to bend to their will and conduct their acts of human sacrifice and immorality without any hindrance. There was a time when a human being who saw wrongdoing would speak up against it. That courage has faded into the pages of history, and those who dwell in the shadows and hide their heinous acts carry on their deeds of horror with full force. The time has come for this cult to prepare for the return of the one they worship, the one with vengeance for mankind in their altered human heart. Possessing the army of darkness and death. The war waged against mankind by the unthinkable is about to begin. This is a war which we cannot win. What is done has consequences, and the consequence of ignorance is but a difficult price to pay. When the light of truth disappears, the cold darkness which long conceals itself shall reveal. What then shall mankind do against an enemy which has prepared for eons? Is mankind able to defend against such an enemy who has sought discord and destruction since the beginning of everything? Will mankind survive? This is a young man's journey through the concealed dark path, through time and space, through diverse cities and unique worlds, all upon which the shadow of an unthinkable, destined age has fallen. Little does he know that he is to experience unspeakable horror, which shakes the hearts and cripples bodies, to reclaim the meaning of his life and attempt to ensure the salvation of his kind from a threat which aims to distort the balance. The ordinary lives which humans lived shall be lost in the pages of history as a new era, an otherworldly reign imposes itself upon the order of mankind. Thus cometh the age of the exiled cosmic monarch, marking the corruption and end of all things. This is the Odyssey of the Righteous.